Dryland, day 15, day 3 of week 4. We are going a full body workout today. We have no new exercises, so we have no new videos, but we are going to go through this a little bit differently. I have broken up the workout by each section, so we're going to go through piece by piece, just highlighting some of the things from each section. So here we go, headed into our warm-up. Okay, as always, we're starting with a dynamic warm-up, and as you know, our dynamic warm-up, we are working from the top of our body down to our feet. So we're starting with our neck rolls, working through some shoulders, some hips, some core, legs, warming it all up, and then finishing with our ankle rolls. We're just going through that one time. Then we are headed into high knees. We got these started yesterday. We're going to use them in warm-up today. High knees, basically what you're focusing on, reacting quickly off the ground and driving your knees high up. Low impact, low weight. Really just starting to get the blood flowing here on those, working on that reaction. Then we are going supersetting in warm-up here with hip bridges and eccentric dumbbell RDLs. Your hip bridges, you're going no weight. I want you to focus on just activating your glutes, activating your hamstrings, so that's your butt and the back of your legs. And then as you're pressing up towards the top, stretching out those hips a little bit, getting those loosened up and ready to go for our workout today. And then our eccentric dumbbell RDLs, remember that is Romanian deadlift. Legs are staying a little bit straighter there. You're using the dumbbells. And remember, eccentric means that as you are lowering down, you're taking 5 seconds to do that on each rep. Again, we're just beginning to activate, start to work, warm up those glutes and hamstrings. Okay, so you will do the high knees, hip bridges, and the RDLs twice here in the warm-up, but just the dynamic warm-up once before you head into your cluster 1. So cluster 1 here, our focus is on deadlifts. All right, so we're starting with our iso towel deadlifts. We did these last week. This first superset group, you are going to go through 3 times our iso towel deadlifts. You have 3 reps, and within each rep, you have 3 different stages. If you remember, we are going a low, a medium, and a high. So at your low position, you have your hands right above your ankles. Your medium, you're about mid-shin, and your high, you are just at, if not a little bit below your knee. Okay, remember on your deadlifts, to keep your back nice and straight, keep your back nice and strong, and then we are pressing through the ground with our feet, okay? And then our superset, our other exercises within this cluster are all kind of built to supplement that deadlift very well. So we're going into our stair walks or our step ups. Again, that's a choice. This is going to work your legs a little bit more again in your deadlift when you're pressing through your legs. Get a good glute activation, hammies, quads to help supplement that deadlift. Your standing IYT raises. Again, you're standing straight up. Each of those have an IYT in each rep. You are working your shoulders on this. Shoulders within the deadlift are helping to build that frame that keeps our back safe. Okay, so starting with our shoulders when we are in our deadlift, because we want them pulled back and lowered down. When we pull them back, we are activating that upper back. When we pull them down, we are starting to activate your lats, which are your back, but on the side, which run from your hips to your shoulders. So we're building that strong frame for when we're doing deadlifts. And then our plank is obviously core. We need a tight core. That's going to protect your low back as you go through the deadlift. So all of these are complementing each other very nicely. You will go through cluster 1 twice before we move on to cluster 2. Cluster 2, our focus here are our rows. So we're doing our iso seated towel row. Again, just like the deadlifts, we have 3 positions here. You've got your low, medium, and high. At your low position, you have your arms almost straight, not quite straight. And then at your high, you have your elbows about at 90 degrees. They should be right around at your side, if not a little bit back behind you. Okay, again, keeping our shoulders in that same position that we had for deadlift, that strong position, pulling, thinking about driving our elbows back, holding each of those for 8 seconds. Okay, then we are supplementing that, supersetting with some RDL reverse fly. Again, RDL, you're a little bit higher, but we're focused on that reverse fly, keeping your arms straight, driving them straight up and squeezing your back together. And then lastly with this, well, within that superset, we have the seal push-up. Again, you are on the ground doing a push-up, but your hips are staying on the ground. You are squeezing your shoulders together in back, like you are pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades. Don't squeeze your shoulders towards your ears. I see that mistake a lot. Okay, remember we're squeezing our shoulders back. What this will also do here in our seal push-up, as you are pushing up, you're going to work a little bit of your tricep as you're pressing away from the ground. This will complement the rows, because in the rows we are getting a little bit of activation in our bicep as well. So we're getting that top and bottom of the arm. Okay, so we're very much arms, shoulders, back here, that whole upper body. And then after each superset of that, you will do a 45-second iron cross. Again, this is just core stability. This will work great for us as swimmers. Okay, and then we are moving on to our cluster 3, which is just a little bit of some full body conditioning. Again, like yesterday, you're going to see the exclamation points here in that rest phase, which means that we are just moving right from one exercise into the next. The rest you get is when you finish the superset. Okay, starting with our alternating lunge jumps. Again, focus on reacting to the ground, being explosive off of it. Again, if your ceiling is a little bit low, you don't need to jump quite as high. Focus more on you getting off the ground, that explosive movement. The height here does not matter, but I do want you jumping and switching and not just lunging and switching. Okay. Then we move into our bird dogs. Again, we're in that tabletop position. We are going left arm and right leg move at the same time, and then right arm and left leg move at the same time, touching elbow to knee, and then full extension here on the bird dogs, which means that your hand and your feet are making it higher than your shoulders and your hips. Okay, again, if you're not getting that full extension, you're not going to be working the correct muscles. You're not going to be working them to the full extent. You're not going to get as much out of it. After your bird dog, we're moving into just straight standard push-ups. Please do your best to get as low as possible. Again, just like we talked about in the bird dogs, if you are not getting that full range of motion, you're not going to get the right amount of work out. If you do need to on your push-ups, go from your knees. Again, that is totally fine. I would rather see good range of motion from your knees than bad range of motion from your feet. Also with the push-ups, careful not to let your elbows flare out into what we would call that T position, right? We want to keep them tucked a little bit closer to our sides in that Y position. Okay, that's going to protect your shoulders. That's going to protect your elbows from any injury. Okay, and then finishing that superset in this cluster with alternating high-low planks. Big thing here. We want to keep our shoulders strong, like we've been talking about all day. So pulled back and pulled down, okay, as you alternate from the high to the low. So take your time, stay in control. Also, this is going to work your core. We're going to be doing some movement, rotating, controlling your body as you're going high to low. You're getting that rock back and forth, a little bit of that core work, just like we get, especially when we swim freestyle and backstroke. So you can see there we've got the full body, the alternating lunge jumps. We've got the legs going, the bird dog. We've got that posterior chain, so we've got glutes, we've got low back, we've got high back. Push-ups, we've got the front and some arms, so we've got chest, a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of some triceps, and then that alternating high-low plank. Again, that is the front of us, that's the core. And then as we're going through the high to low, we are working a little bit into the arms and shoulders as well. Okay, you'll do that. You'll go through that 3 times with a 2-minute rest, and then you are done with cluster 3. And we move on to our Finisher, very simple here. You're going to go a wall sit one time. A-L-A-P, A-lap, as long as possible. Push yourself here. You should be fatigued. You should be winded. Just see what you can do here at the end of your workout. You're just doing it once. Try and remember, write it down if you need to, but see how long you can go, remember it, and then we will test this again on a later date, see if you can't beat your time here. Okay, again, really push yourself, wall sit, flat back, arms at your side, legs at 90 degrees, hips at 90 degrees. Stay strong. Please be careful. Put a pillow behind your head if you need to. Put a pillow below you if you need to, if you think that you are going to fall. Okay, and then you're going into a choice stretch. I do not care what stretch you do. I do want you to hold each stretch for at least 30 seconds. You can pick if your legs are tight, if your hips are tight, if your arms are tight. Go for it. Stretch. I have it for 10 minutes. Please do like a 10-minute stretch here. Okay? I want you to feel good, get recovered, start to work into that mobility aspect. And that is your finisher here. You guys are doing a great job. I will have a workout for tomorrow, and then we will be back again on Monday. Okay? So keep up the great work. We have the holidays here coming up. Enjoy those. Eat as much as you want. If you want to do a workout on Friday or Saturday or Sunday even, just go back and do our plethora of workouts that we've done. Again, this is our 15th one. You could pick one workout and do it. You can pick different exercises from workouts that you really enjoy and do those. But if you're really feeling like you want to work out a little bit, you can do that. Other than that, keep up the great work. I keep saying it. Stay positive. We're going to be in the pool here very, very soon.